dark when we left the harbor. Ended up getting up to Jaws at the crack of dawn. It was our first real big swell of the winter season, and it was producing some insane rides. The ocean has given me so much.
It's the best, anything less, ain't it?
It is my greatest provider.
That's it right there.
I can't imagine my life without the ocean. I would go absolutely nuts.
That's right.
How's it going, Dave? Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, too.
How's the day going?
Good. Got a couple. Got 3 fun ones.
You're gonna go for windsurfing.
Yeah. I think it was my second wave, and I was dropping in, and I was so deep, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get so pounded on this thing. I'm just barely making it. Looking back and seeing the lip, like, just missed the tip of my sail, going, okay, I gotta make this. Made it to the end, and that kind of loosened me up for the next few waves where I could kind of start turning a little more and loosen up a bit.
Turbo. 23rd stallion.
Well, it's me once again. Don't pretend, tell a friend that it's him, the light skin. Then again, let's begin to defend the different needs. Far from a miracle, I became lyrical. 857, so innovative. Now here we go.
The Maui ocean lifestyle, at least on the North Shore, is based on wind. It's windy here probably 340 days a year. You know, if you're lucky enough to be raised here and lucky enough to get a boom in your hands and a sail in front of you and a board under your feet, the sky's the limit in terms of what you can do.
Windsurfing big waves, especially at Jaws, is probably one of the more pure forms of riding that wave. You're able to do these huge critical turns and make sections that you wouldn't be able to make paddling. It's kind of the best of both worlds, so it's pretty fun. I think, you know, the wind's kind of backing off a little bit. Could be perfect timing to go tow since nobody's around.
When you're tow surfing, it's probably really big, and big waves can hold you down, which means you can drown. But then there's a lot of other dangers that maybe you don't come to mind right away, like running into another ski, getting run over by a ski.
Last time I went out, my jet ski got sucked over the falls. And I'm like, oh my God, not starting. The lip was coming down. I just had to dive in the water and just watch my ski get sucked over. That place is so much power and so intense that your ski will either be shot way up on the rocks or it'll get sucked back into the channel and disappear into the depths of the ocean. So, got lucky. She's back and she's better than ever.
It's the greatest feeling. It's almost hard to describe how fast you're really going on those waves, and when you're just making sections or just making turns.
Paddling, many people could say it's the right way to do it. I don't really think there is one right way to ride a big wave. And if you're on a big wave, you're getting the adrenaline either way. Even if you're towing in, you feel it if you're pushing yourself equally in each sport. I remember catching this really, really big wave. I was just looking up at the wave, and all of a sudden it was like time just stood still. I heard little water droplets going off the edge of my board, water splashing against my feet, my toes making squeaky sound on my deck pad. And In that single moment, nothing else exists. Feelings that you get from those moments are so strong and so intense that you keep on searching for them, you know, probably the rest of your life.
You know, I windsurf and kite surf and tow and stand up and everything like Kai, but I normally don't do everything in one day. There's something to be said for unbridled enthusiasm and passion. You go and hang out with Kai for 20 minutes, it's like getting an injection of stoke.
Still kind of an unknown kiting up at Jaws. People have tried and kind of have done it, but haven't really gotten a real set wave. And so my whole goal out there was to try to catch the biggest waves I could find, just to see if I could actually do it.
When the wind is so offshore, the kite doesn't like to go against the wind, so you're constantly edging as if you were wakeboarding. The only way to actually get into the wave was to take off on the bottom. Once the wave was really going, you would all of a sudden be going 50 miles an hour, holding onto a kite and trying to read the wave as best as possible so you don't go down, because the last thing you want to do is get wrapped up in those lines, because those things will slice you like butter. It was one of my later waves, and it was a big wave. And I didn't take off on the bottom of the wave as much as I would have liked to. I came to this decision where I blow this perfect Jaws wave coming in, or I bail the kite and ride it.
I just hit the eject button and just bailed the kite, went to the bottom, kind of stalled and was in the pocket of this really big, beautiful wave. So I was just creaming down the line, barely making it. I like where you just barely make it, but you're still in control somewhat. That's a great feeling. Can't really imagine or believe that I had this good of a start to the new year. January 4th, 4 sports in one day, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting to try to top that next time.
All right, I think that's it, huh?
Body surf.
Oh, I can't even remember when I didn't know I was gonna do this. You know what I mean? Like, I knew from day one that I was gonna be a professional water athlete.